Guys, today we are here in CDT because we are going to be talking about the top 10 best drift cars in the game, guys. I've seen a couple of requests about this video, and today I'm finally going to cover it. And this one's kind of hard to actually do just because a lot of them are kind of the same, but today I'm gonna break it all down for you and tell you why each one is the best or why each one is the worst. But before we get started with that, be sure to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you guys haven't, and don't forget to click that post notification bell. Now let's get this video started. Now we're starting with the first one here, guys, and this is the Nissan S13 Pro, and you guys can see this has a top speed of 157 miles an hour and a handling of 7. And I say that this is one of the first ones just because the top speed is not the best, guys, but you guys can see that we haven't even upgraded it yet fully. So if we go ahead and upgrade this, you guys can see now the new top speed is 202. But the reason why it's number 10 on the list, guys, because it is one of the slowest one and also one of the heaviest one. Yes, guys, it seems pretty heavy for a drift car. It doesn't move like the other ones. For some reason, it wants to slide a little bit too slow. And the reason why I have this number 10 on the list, guys, because the control is super hard. I'm not sure if this car is heavy or it's light, but I'm able to do a drift. But it seems like as soon as I turn the wheel the other way, I'm headed towards that way, like I'm driving an all-wheel drive car. Now, it doesn't make sense why it's doing that. It doesn't seem like it has a lot of power to even make it do that, but it kind of gets a little bit annoying as you're drifting around. You guys can see I could barely even get a multiplier going here. Here we go. And it's a little bit slow too while you're doing the drift, so you're not getting as much points as you can. But I do love the fact that the driver side is on the right, guys. That is pretty cool. So you guys can see that this car is imported, and it does get a little bit easier over time, guys, to drift. But I gotta say it's number 10 on the list just because I gotta say it's also a little too plain, guys. There's not a wow factor when it comes to this car. I know there's a lot of cars out there that doesn't have anything on it, but they have certain body kits. This one kind of has a little bit of a body kit, but not a wide one. I wish they did a wide body kit on this, but you guys can see that they kind of have a little bit of it, but it's not to the point that it is noticeable. Number 9 on the list, guys, is the C6 Pro or the Corvette C6, guys, and you can see this goes at a top speed of 182. It's a little bit faster than the last one and a handling of 7.3. And also this isn't fully upgraded, but once we fully upgrade it, guys, you can see it has a top speed of 225 miles an hour. I love the color on this. I love the skin, but the only thing I don't like, guys, is this long hood. For some reason, every single time I try to drift a car with a longer hood, it seems like it just wants to slide forward. Like, it doesn't want to do a full drift. It just wants to do a donut. Like, I don't have the much control of it like the other cars, and you guys can see that I'm barely able to even get a slide going. Here we go. Now, I'm not sure if this is just because it has way too much power or it's just a longer car, but you guys can see we can actually pull a drift a little bit longer than the other car can. Now, I gotta say that this is a really nice car too, guys. Don't get me wrong. I know it's number 9 on the list, but it doesn't mean that it is a bad car. You guys can see that I'm still drifting right over here, and it sounds super nice. I love the carbon fiber bodywork on this, guys. I think that's one of my favorite parts. But other than that, I think the other drift cars are a little bit better. Now, the next one, guys, is literally almost the same paint job as the one that we just had for the number 9 on the list. And this one is the S15 Pro. You guys can see that we have almost the same paint style as this other one, the Corvette. And you guys can see the top speed of this is 170 miles per hour. But once we go ahead and update it, you guys can see it is 214. Now, this car is actually super easy and super fun to drift in, guys. But not as easy as the Unicorn. But you guys can see we also have the driver on the right side, which is pretty cool. And we also have this amazing wing in the back. I feel like I can hold it a really long drift with this car right here. It just seems so evenly proportioned, guys. Like I said, this is number 8 on the list, but that doesn't mean it's a bad car, guys. I gotta say that almost every drift car here is pretty good. It's just every single one of them is different, guys. But this is number 8 on the list for me. Can't say much bad about this car. It's really evenly proportioned, and it looks amazing. The next one on the list, guys, is a newer vehicle. Yes, it is the Supra Pro or the Supra MK5. And you guys can see that this is souped up to the max right here with even the paint job looking amazing, guys. You can see that we're holding these long drifts right here. It's easy to control, and it's not as loud as the other drift cars, guys, which I kind of like. And you guys can see that we're just easily drifting around here. It feels a little heavy, which I like, guys, but that gives it the control that we need for this car. Now let's check out the stats right over here, guys. You can see that this one goes 184 miles an hour, but once you guys upgrade it, you guys can see it goes 226 miles per hour. That's way too fast for a drift car anyways. But let's go ahead and go to the race turbos right over here, and you guys can see that we still have a 7.4 handling, and now we have a fully maxed out engine with this. Even with the maxed out engine, you guys can see that it's not too powerful to the point that it's just gonna stop and overturn, but you guys can see we can control it really well. It seems like I'm kind of drifting a Mercedes for some reason, but this one is nice and newer, guys, and I love the wing on it. I'm not sure if I actually did that by myself, or yeah, I think I did that custom wing on it. You guys can see it looks great, and it's the Supra, guys, so you have to love this. Next on the list, guys, is this beast right over here, guys. This is the RT68 Pro, and you guys can see that it is super powerful, which I absolutely love, guys. And this car is super lightweight. You guys just have to know how to master the weight with the power, and once you guys get it going, it is super fun. For some reason, this one just has so much control with the brakes and the acceleration, guys. Oh my goodness. And the slide is just amazing. You guys can slide with this car almost forever, and you can see that we can just do donuts with ease with this, guys, and it sounds really cool. I love the fact that this almost sounds like the real drift cars. You guys can see I'm already getting a multiplier going. Oh my gosh, look at that. Ooh, this is nice. Now this car feels super lightweight, guys. That's why it's like super fun to throw around. But you can see that the top speed is 212 miles per hour, and that is with the engine already upgraded with a 7.2 handling. Now this is another variant from the RT68, guys. There is a regular one in here, but this is the Pro version. And I went ahead and stuck a wing on it, and you guys can see that it has custom body kits on this one, which I absolutely love. You guys can see the fans in the back, which is really cool, the roll cage, and then of course the drift seats, guys. These are really nice. But before we go on the next 5 lists, guys, let me know in the comments down below which one you think is the best. I want to know your guys' opinion in the comments down below. Next one on the list, guys, is the Fredfield, and I love this one just because it is one of the smallest drift cars in here, guys, but this one is an absolute beast. You guys can see it has a handling with 7.7, and since it's a shorter car, guys, this thing can drift as much as you want with full control. This is probably one of the best drift cars in the game, and it's absolutely underrated. It's almost the same with the Unicorn, Ken's Block Unicorn, guys, and you can see that the control on this is amazing. You can literally stay inside the road if you wanted to. I'm kind of going outside of the grass here, but you guys can see that the control is amazing. I'm barely even hitting the handbrake. I'm just kind of switching a little bit. You can see that it is just going where I want it to go. And since it's not too powerful, guys, it is, you know, a 2,000 horsepower beast. I mean, I think it's around that, but I might be wrong. It might be less than that. But I gotta say that this actually is one of the best looking one, guys. You can see that we got a roof scoop on the top, or those lights, but it is a roof scoop, and you guys can see we also have the roll cage inside. And then this attached spoiler right here, guys, just gives it a perfect touch. But I personally gotten 40,000 points with this car, guys. Don't underrate this, guys. This thing is an absolute beast, even for its size. Next on the list, guys, is another compact vehicle. One of my favorite one, guys, the Nissan 350, guys, 350Z, and this has a super cool wide body kit. I think that's the reason why I like it. You guys can see we got the carbon hood and this mean spoiler in the back. We did change the spoiler up, guys. The stock spoiler actually looks really cool, so if you guys want to see it, it's this one right over here. But this is probably one of the best drift cars in here. The control is absolutely amazing, and it feels a little bit heavy. Like I said, I like these drift cars that feel a little bit heavier, guys, just because it doesn't go everywhere on the track, but it does kind of lack in points, guys, so you might have to do some long drifts or go super fast before you hit that e-brake. But the body kit on this is absolutely insane. It's super nice, and the control is really smooth. You guys can see we're also on the right hand side of the driver's seat, not on the left, so this thing has to be imported as well. And I love the NOS tanks in the back. That is a perfect addition. You guys can see this has a top speed of only 151 miles an hour. It is actually one of the slowest one, but once you guys upgrade it, it is 197 miles an hour. But it is an absolute beast, guys. Once you fully upgrade it, you guys can actually go a little bit faster, which kind of balances out really well. And I've personally gotten over 40,000 points with this car too. So the Nissan 350Z, super underrated, guys. Now this one is my absolute favorite, guys. I don't know why, but this one just looks crazy. This is my Joker Mustang right here, guys. I got the purple and then the green going on right here, and you guys can see I also have it in the interior. And you guys can see I did not put the spike tires on this one just because it is already super powerful and we don't want to slide around too much. We do have the full engine upgrade on this one, so it does go at a top speed of 241 miles an hour with a handling of 7.5. Now I want to say the reason why this is probably one of the best one is because of the points, guys. This car gives you so much points even though you're not trying to drift that good, and I'm not sure it's because of the wheel spin, the power, or even the size of this vehicle, guys, but I gotta say that this thing can rack up so much points, and it's almost cheating, guys. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm not even drifting correctly and I'm already getting like 3,000 points just like that. That is insane, guys. And I love the body kit that comes with it. I don't know what kind of body kit this is, but it is wild. Look at this, guys. Already 5,000 points on that one simple drift. This thing just eats up points, man. Wow. Number 2 on the list is a car that I did not expect to be a drift car one day, guys, and this is the Porsche KB43. You guys can see it has a top speed of 225 miles an hour, but with the race engine, you guys can see it's 245 with a handling of 9.1. And the craziest part about this is it's an all-wheel drive drift car. This is the Porsche right here with the wide body kit, and you guys can see in the inside we have some wiring, so there's no second passenger seat, and the control on this car is just almost perfect. Like, there's no way that it could be this perfect in real life. It's almost as good as the last car that we're gonna be talking about, guys, but the all-wheel drive system on this one just makes it perfect to drift everywhere. As I said that I'm hitting the wall. Okay, you know what, let's respawn that one real quick. And you guys can see the body kit on this is like super crazy. We got this like a huge diffuser, huge front lip, and side skirts, guys. Like, it is obnoxiously too big for the car, but it just looks cool. And yes, the color is stock pink, guys. This is the color of this car, and you can see the exhaust is in the top now instead of the bottom, which kind of reminds me of the McLaren 750S or the 675 LT, either one of them. But you guys can see that this is probably one of the best sounding and best controlling drift cars out of all of them, and probably best body kit too, guys. Like, look at this wing. This is a stock wing with this car, guys. You think this is a custom wing? No, this is what it came with, which is insane. But the reason why I say this is number 2 on the list, guys, because it is an absolute beast. You guys can see it is 245 miles an hour, which is really fast for a drift car. And whenever you guys drift in a corner, you just get every single point you can. This thing eats up points just like the Fred horse. And the last but not least on the list, guys, the legend, the best, the unicorn, guys. RIP Ken Block, but this is his vehicle right here, guys, and he has done a lot of cool stunts with this car. This is the Mustang right here, guys, modded out to be a drift car. I think it has over 2,000 horsepower, which is crazy insane. And you guys can also see we have these turbos in the front. You guys also see we have these massive diffusers in the back and a carbon front lip. It kind of reminds me of the Aston Martin, the new one that they just released, guys. But this car right here is an all-wheel drive car, and it is a beauty, guys. The control on this is absolutely crazy, almost butter smooth, and we can literally stay on this road if we wanted to. But I didn't on that one, guys. I kind of fell off the hill, but you guys can see that we're still having the multiplier right over here. And we do have the full engine on this. It goes up to 242 miles an hour with the engine upgrade and the turbo, guys. And also, guys, the visibility of this car is amazing. You can literally drift with this car on first person mode, and not a lot of people actually do this just because it's super difficult. And effortlessly like that, guys, we just got almost 17,000 points. I'm not even trying and we got 17,000 points, guys, which is amazing. This is the best drift car out of all of them, guys. Has the best control, and it's also all-wheel drive, and it's probably the best 360 drift car there is, guys. I don't know what else could beat this, but thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you guys haven't, and don't forget to click that post notification bell as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.